Legend of Zelda, a cherished and loved Nintendo franchise that's centered around a young courageous Hyrulean hero called Link. Now this bloke, he's got the hots for a young magical princess, the reincarnation of the goddess Hylia, a bodacious babe named Zelda. Now, in no doubt, as a series of games left a pretty big impact in our lives, and is a definition of a wonderful world of fiction and storytelling. Let's begin with the Nintendo Entertainment System.
The Legend of Zelda, or if you live in Japan, the Hyrule Fantasy is a top-down action-adventure game that's developed and published by Nintendo, directed, produced and designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, and was released for the Famicom on 19th February 1986. The game is a fiction-based dungeon crawler and revolves around the main character Link that must traverse a number of stages and dungeons, acquiring pieces of the Triforce, defeating enemies with equipment such as bombs, boomerangs and swords. In 1997, Next Gen listed the game as the top 5 greatest games of all time, and in 2016, the Strong National Museum of Play inducted Zelda into its World Video Games Hall of Fame. Let's check it out. Now obviously in this day and age, this game doesn't look like much, but back in 1986, this was way ahead of its time. This is actually the first ever console game to feature save spots via battery. You'll also find that the Famicom version has a built-in VRU into the controller that's activated in post-dungeon by screaming into the microphone. There also wasn't many open world games in 1986, this was the definition of a full-blown adventure game.
As a kid, I never really invested much time into these games. I kind of jumped the ball a bit, went straight for the 64-bit era. Yeah, full 3D graphics for me. As I was saying earlier, the graphics for the time were quite good, eh? Like, you've also got yourself a nice variety of colour palettes, enemies, weapons, equipment. This game's half decent, eh? Oh! Oh, man! Can also be a challenge, eh?
Managed to get ourselves some bombs. These went pretty good, eh? Now you'll find that the game does slow down a fair bit in the frame rate. There's a fair bit going on screen, so can't blame them.
I tell you what, this 8-bit music is so charming, catchy as. Zelda music is some of the best in the business, eh? Alright, what's this? What do we do? Oh, we got a sword back, that's good. Might have to go back. So the Zelda series of games uses rupees as currency. I guess it's sort of like ruples. Very similar. There's one there. Oh! One thing that's a little bit annoying is you'll find that enemies do respawn, but I mean that's half the fun of the game, I guess. Just battling people, enemies.
Overall, for a first installment, this is one pretty good game, eh? Like, this is better than half the NES library. Definitely check it out. Let's check out the sequel.
Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, is a side-scrolling action-adventure role-playing game. It's developed and published by Nintendo and was released for the NES on the 26th September 1988 for all power regions and the 1st of December for North America and Canada. This will be the second installment for the series. The game again stars our main protagonist Link, who is on a quest to save Princess Zelda, who has fallen under a sleeping spell, as Link must traverse the world restoring crystals to 6 palaces in order to unite the 3 triangles into the Triforce to save Zelda. The game became a critical and financial success, receiving a 73 out of 100 Metacritic score, Game of the Year from Nintendo Power Magazine, and was re-released for the GBA and Nintendo GameCube. Let's check it out. I've never really played this one. I've heard that the fanbase is very divided on the game and the subject matter. You either like it or you don't. Gone is the constant top-down perspective, and in with some side-scrolling action. Bit of a change-up. This installment also introduces an in-game magic meter and Dark Link, which later appears in other series such as Ocarina of Time.
Man, this game is big. It's gonna be one of those where the hell do I go kind of games, I think. What's in here? I am error. Okay. Wonder if the developers meant to leave that in. So we just entered another location. I mean, the RPG elements, they're fine, I guess, but half the time these characters aren't even telling you anything interesting, like... Sorry, I know nothing. Like, what's the point in that? Waste your time. This guy again. If all this fails, use fire. Yeah, great advice, mate. Idiot. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a great Zelda game. Beautiful graphics, nice music and whatnot, but where do we go? Like, I've got no idea. Who's this guy? Okay, so that's a clue. At least that helps.
Yeah, right, it's dark. What the hell is that? What the heck? Oi! Sit down! Tell you again, sit down!
Damn store childs and DQ scrubs. I hate them. Alright, looks like a boulder here. Maybe we've got to find the hammer so we can smash it. Alright, so enter some random dungeon. It's pretty cool. Oh, what the hell was that? What is that man? Oh, it's invisible. Oh, just run. What the hell, man? What are these enemies? So I'm guessing you're gonna find items and use them in certain areas, which makes sense, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I can't see anything. Maybe need a torch or a light? I don't know. Oh, sun just rose. Overall, this is a great RPG addition to the series. I prefer Zelda 1, but that's just my opinion. Great game.
Let's get into the main event and check out, in my opinion, the greatest action-adventure game of all time.
The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is a single-player action-adventure game that was developed and published by Nintendo EAD and was led by 5 directors including Yoshiki Koizumi, Eiji Aonuma, Shigeru Miyamoto, written by Kazuki Tanabe and composed by Koji Kondo. This will be the first 3D installment for the series. The player again takes control of our main protagonist, Link, who must traverse the world of Hyrule from a third-person's perspective, collecting spiritual stones, defeating 7 stage Templars with their respective boss battles. Upon completion, Link must then save Zelda and defeat the evil antagonist, Ganondorf. The game became a worldwide phenomenon, receiving over 25 awards including Game of the Year, 99 out of 100 Metacritic score, making it the best rated N64 game of all time. Awarded the Guinness World Records for the most advanced orders for a video game, and sold over 2.5 million copies in 1998 and an estimated revenue of over $250 million, higher than any Hollywood film in the last 6 weeks. Let's check it out. Man, I freaking love this game. The nostalgia has definitely hit hard for me on this one. This has got to be one of my most favourite N64 games, eh? I absolutely adore it. Everything from the controls to the graphics, writing, music, story, and attention to detail, it's just outstanding. I've finished this game about 10 times or so, I reckon, and to be honest, I could go back and play it any day. The charm this game gives off is just amazing. There was also a Zelda animated television series. I actually had the videotape when I was younger, and to be honest, it was alright. Apart from some of the cringy looking characters and scripts, but all the music and sound effects, pretty on par with the first 2 games. I don't want to get too in depth with this game, it is bloody huge. We'd be here all day, but basically the game is divided into 2 halves, the past and the present, As a child, Link is in a safe time period, where Hyrule is yet to be conquered, and as an adult, basically vice versa. The land and castle of Hyrule is in ruins and infested with evil. Let's take on the evil Ganondorf. Spoilers ahead.
Got the castle, it's been taken over. When I was a kid, this used to scare the crap out of me, eh? The atmosphere and the environment, so immersive.
Just entered the castle. Now you want to leave yourself at least 5 minutes to get up these stairs. There's a lot of them. And doors.
Oh, another door. How many are there? Ah. This is a bit excessive, eh? Like... Alright, I think we finally made it. Get yourself a bit of a cutscene from the game. Looks pretty dope. Let's do it. So in this segment you're going to play tennis with Ganondorf using your sword. And you use your arrow of light. And you're going to run over and dice him up. Now, I apologise for the frame rate, it's going up and down a little bit. I think it's because this is the Japanese version. There we go. Rinse and repeat. Come on, you asshole. Go. What's that? Like spirit ball. Oh, the hell! Guess we'll build up that sword. Go. Nice. This is dope, eh? This is a pretty epic moment. What's going on here? Looks like castle's falling down. We got a bail. Thanks, babe. Let's get moving. Ah, what's this? Minions. These hearts. Alright, let's go. There's the exit. Ah. We're out of here. Now, obviously Nintendo 64 graphics don't age well, but for the time, this looked pretty good. These back. Transformed into Ganon. This looks spectacular, eh? So in this segment, if I remember correctly, we've got to chop his tail, I believe. There we go. So you meant to shoot his head with the arrow of light, and then you go for his tail. That's how it works. There we go. Rinse and repeat.
Come on, you bastard.
You're finished, brother. The final blow. And as the end credits roll out, you sit back and reflect on the great adventures and hard effort you put into the game, and are rewarded with a celebration cutscene.
Tune in for part 2 and you'll check out Link's Awakening on the Super Nintendo, Majora's Mask on the N64, and a Wonder Gamelon on the Philips CDI. Nah, just kidding. Or am I?